What is up, my beautiful friends? Welcome back to the channel. I hope you guys are doing well. Today we're doing a video on recreating YouTubers' Instagrams. So I chose 5 different YouTubers and I decided to recreate their photos. This process was a little difficult, I'm not gonna lie. It was a little hard, especially for me because I'm here in Canada and it is snowing. So I tried to find photos that had snow in them or that were indoors because a lot of YouTubers are either in warm places or on vacation. So it was really hard. I tried to recreate them as best as possible. So let's get on with the video and we're gonna critically analyze my photos. So without further ado, let's get on with the video and I'm gonna show you guys the photos that I tried to recreate. Alright, so we're gonna start off with the one that I dislike the most and the one that I find that didn't turn out at all the same. Well, it turned out close, but not the same. And the first one that I tried to recreate is Alicia Marie's Instagram photo, and here it is. And so I know this one is completely off. First of all, it was snowstorming outside and I was being pelted by snow and it was blowing, so it was really hard to take this photo. Her photo is more clear. It is outside in the snow next to an ice rink. And also a major difference, if you guys can tell, is that she's wearing a bright green sweater and mine is black. I don't have a bright green sweater and the only sweater that I have in the similar style is black. So I had to use black and she has a bright green one. So there's a major difference there. Also, hers is a lot more baggy and you can see more of the details in the photo, whereas mine is black and it's not as baggy, and I find it's hard to tell that the pose is very similar, so it's kind of off. It looks a little off in the photo because her sweater's a lot more brighter than mine. The hat was pretty close. We both had white hats on, which was good. My hair had fallen out a bit because, like I said, it was blowing snow and I have flat ass hair, and so my curls didn't stay in as well, and so she has more of a choppy kind of curly hair and mine's more just like long and curls, if that makes sense. I would say it was a little hard to recreate. I was really cold at that point. David couldn't feel his fingers. I couldn't feel my entire body because it was so cold. So it was really hard to do. It's really rushed. So this one isn't my favorite. I tried my best, but you know, it just didn't work out, but that's okay. It happens. There's more differences than similarities in this photo. So that's why that one isn't my favorite, because there's like a lot of differences. The next YouTuber that I tried to copy was Brittney Saunders, and this is the photo that I tried to copy, and it wasn't too bad. I would say this one is pretty close. There are some big differences that kind of throws the photo off a bit, and that is because she's on a white carpet and I'm on a brown floor, so that makes it a bit different. It was so awkward to do. I don't know how she took that photo. I was like so uncomfortable the way she was sitting. It's just like really kind of awkward. I was having a hard time. But other than that, I would say it's pretty spot on. I tried my best to get it pretty dang close. I did have to take this myself, but I did have David directing me from behind the mirror because he was holding up the mirror because we had to kind of get a similar background. Long story short, it was kind of hard to do, I must say. However, I would say it came out pretty spot on. I was very uncomfortable by the end. I don't know how she was posing like that. It was just really awkward. I would say the major difference in between our poses is that her face is showing more than mine. My head's tilted down a bit more, whereas hers is tilted up a bit more. But other than that, I would say it's pretty spot on. We are pretty similar the way our legs are held, our arms are held. It was pretty good, and it was pretty hard to hold my phone like that and sit in that pose. It was just like really awkward. I was like balancing at the same time. It was like really like off, but I must say the photo turned out pretty dang good. The next YouTuber that I copied is Alex Sentimo. I don't know how to say her last name. So she lives not too far from me, and I really wanted to recreate a photo similar to hers because, you know, we had the same weather, so I really wanted to try recreating one of hers. And so this is the one that I recreated. I would say it turned out pretty good. We have a very similar background. We both have snow in the background. I must say the photo does look off because she has more of a filter on hers and it's more bright outside when she had her photo taken, whereas mine, it was more cloudy because it was the same day when it was snowstorming and I was getting snowed on, so there is some snow in the photos where hers is a bit more clear than mine. But other than that, I would say the background and the lighting is pretty okay. For the pose, I would say the bottom half of my pose is pretty straight on. Her legs look a little more relaxed than mine. The only issue I had with this photo was trying to get my arms straight. She has very square shoulders, whereas mine aren't as square, and she was like had her arms straight. I know I can't fully show you guys, but she had her arms more straight, and for me to straighten out my arms, it was really hard because I have big boobs, and so my boobs were kind of getting in the way of trying to straighten out my arms, so I was like kind of hunched up here and my shoulders were like to my ears, so it was a little awkward. It was hard to, you know, kind of get my arms straight around my boobs. But other than that, I tried really hard and it turned out not too bad. And also I must say that, yeah, the sweater is off a bit because hers is more of a round neck, mine is a V-neck, but I couldn't get the same sweater, you know, it just wasn't gonna happen. I would say this one's pretty close, besides the fact that I look like I'm struggling a bit. But other than that, it was kind of fun to do. I was cold, my butt was soaking wet because I was sitting in snow, and I thought I was gonna get frostbite on my butt. It was like kind of painful, like it was like low-key painful. But my butt was like so frozen. But I guess it was all worth for the picture. I don't know. My butt was so cold after. I think that it turned out pretty good. Like I said, our filters are a bit off, but that's because of the lighting. But other than that, it turned out pretty good. Even though my boobs were in the way and it was a little hard, but it turned out good. The next one is of Kalyn Nicholson. Nicholson. Why can't I say names? I don't know. It just like comes out weird. So if I'm mispronouncing it, I'm sorry. I'm trying. Anyways, I decided to recreate one of her photos. I really like her videos and I watch her videos like religiously. Tried to recreate this photo and I must say the pose turned out pretty good. So this photo I had to take all by myself. I didn't have David helping direct me like on the pose or anything, which was a little bit hard. So with this photo I really zoomed in and I actually cropped her photo to come in more because I really could not get the same background. In her photo, the background, she has like kind of a painting and a mirror, and I do have something similar, but I really could not get that on. The lighting wasn't working, so we just decided to go with kind of a plain background. It's a little more dark than hers. Hers is more bright. That's why I really zoomed in on the pose and kind of cut out the background as best as possible. But I would say the pose was pretty spot on. Her photo has a filter on it and I couldn't quite match the filter that she had on her photo, unfortunately, but I would say the pose was pretty spot on. I really liked the pose. I think that everything turned out really nice. I would say the photo is pretty dang close. I would just comment saying that her head is maybe tilted a bit more down. She has more of an angled jawline, whereas mine is more round, so that makes the photo a bit different. But other than that, I think it turned out pretty good. Her hair is a little more tightly curled than mine, but you know, you see my hair, it's flat. I told you before, it gets flat. So by the time I got to the photo, the hair was getting flat. So yeah, I think it turned out pretty good and I really like this one, and I think the pose turned out pretty good considering I did it by myself. So the last YouTuber that I copied is Nikki Blackketter, and this is the photo, and I think it turned out pretty dang good considering I had to take a picture with my cat. So yeah, it turned out pretty good. There are some major differences, and it is the fact that she has like a white wall and a white floor that she's on, like she's on a white set. Whereas my wall, I was able to match and get it white, but my floor is obviously brown, so there's a huge difference there. And of course, our cats are two different colors. Mine is a tabby and hers is white, so it kind of, you know, throws the picture just a bit. But other than that, I would say that our pose, like my pose compared to Nikki's, is pretty similar, and I would say it's pretty spot on. I'm really happy that my cat really like stuck through this. She was not happy. She doesn't like to be held like that, but she was okay with it. She still loved me after. I would say it was pretty hard to hold the cat. I'm sure it was more natural when Nikki took the photo, but when I was trying to recreate the pose, it was a lot harder than it looked. Like it was like really awkward for me, and I don't hold my cat like that, so it was kind of weird. And I know Nikki's probably like holding the cat more natural, but I felt like I was like choking my cat kind of thing, like I was holding her by the neck. But honestly, it turned out pretty good. My cat was a good sport. I'm really proud of her. She did really well. But I really like this photo. I think it turned out pretty dang good. We both had white Converse on, jean shorts. Of course, Nikki's more tan than I am because, you know, your girl's just like, it's winter here. I'm not going to be tanned at all. And I would say this is one of my favorite photos that I took. So those are all the YouTubers' Instagrams that I copied. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know down below which photo you guys like the best, which one you think I did the best at recreating under the circumstances that I had. Let me know down below. Also, let me know if you guys want me to try recreating other people's. I've been looking into thinking of maybe recreating just fitness people or one specific YouTuber or something like that. I want to try this again because I think I can learn from some of the mistakes that I made. So yes, thank you guys so much for watching, and if you're not subscribed, hit the subscribe button down below, and I will see you guys next time. Bye!
Summer days burn me out, love just brings me down. Cold inside like winter leaves that slowly leave the ground. Hey, you come back, I wanna give you a chance. Love me like you used to, so we can learn again. The skin is getting brown, baby, drink your night.